YouTube, this is Vargas XX78 with another collection pickup video. Just wanted to share with you guys the latest batch of stuff that I've added to the vault since the last time I was in front of a camera. So, haven't picked up any video games, no real video games to talk about, and haven't picked up any movies. I am trying to cut down on this and movies. The last one I picked up was that second season of Clone Wars. So this time around, no movies. However, I did pick up a bunch of stuff for the armory. It's been a good couple of weeks for Nerf collecting. I have been able to pick up some Nerf accessories, something for costumes, and some other stuff that I wanted to share with you guys. So let's get started. First thing that I picked up was this electronic extendable Wolverine claw. It's a glove that has 3 claws. So what you would do is that you would grip it from here, and it has a strap. And I didn't put any batteries in it, but for this video. But supposedly it has like it's sensitive to when you hit it. So when you hit something with the claws, it'll make like a metal clacking sound, and also if you extend the claws, it'll also make a snick sound, which is the sound that Wolverine's claws usually make. But the claws are pretty long; they extend a good long length, and when you pop them back in, if it had batteries, it would also make the metal clanking sound when it goes in. So I thought it was pretty cool. I already have those homemade Wolverine claws that I made, and my mom got me that Wolverine glove that has the metal claws. But I thought this one was cool because even though it does look, a bit bulky, it can be like, and it will extend. There we go. So I've mentioned this before, Wolverine is my favorite Marvel character, so I thought it was pretty cool to pick up some really sweet Wolverine claws. And again, as far as I've been able to figure out by Googling this stuff online, these Wolverine claws came out during the X-Men Origins movie, and again, it has sound, so I thought that was pretty awesome. Always super hyped to pick up stuff from my favorite Merry Mutant. Another thing I picked up is this Iron Man gauntlet thing. This thing also has sounds. It would supposedly also shoot some missiles. It's developed by Hasbro, but it doesn't shoot any sort of Hasbro darts. I suppose maybe you could mod it to do it. But this one's cool because it has, it's like Iron Man's repulsor gauntlet. And if you do this, and if you turn it on and do this, it's motion sensitive. So when you pull this thing up, it lights up. So I thought that was pretty cool. I already have the Iron Man helmet, the one that opens up and talks and everything. But I don't have any, Iron Man pieces for the gauntlet. So as far as I've been able to research online, this released for Iron Man 2. And you would put 2 missiles here, and it would shoot the 2 missiles. And it also has a button here that talks. Which is weird that the gauntlet would say that, considering that the helmet does that, but it has the rocket sound effect, and it has some other sound. The voice is the same like the helmet, so it's kind of weird, but the cool thing I thought about this is that little repulsor effect when you pull this thing up. So I thought that was pretty cool. This will work great if I'm ever able to build an Iron Man costume. But I do have an idea to make a Tony Stark costume. The way that I would go about that is that I would just wear a suit, cut my beard the same way that Robert Downey Jr. has it in the Iron Man movie, wear a suit, wear some glasses, and put this thing on, and I'm Tony Stark. So that might be another costume idea that I play with. I also found this other gauntlet. This one goes like this, and this is from Iron Man 3, I believe. I researched, and this thing has a little strap here that you put in. And what this one would do is that, again, doesn't work with any Nerf products, even though it's released by Hasbro. So you would put these little foam discs in here, and you would turn it on, and it makes this sound. So whenever you pull this trigger, it would fire the discs. Now, the bummer about this is that it doesn't have any sort of Iron Man sound effects, which would have made this awesome if like the Gauntlet had some sort of repulsor sound effects. But I thought it was pretty cool. You know, again, anything to build that Iron Man costume. The only thing that this thing doesn't have that I saw online is that in this part over here, it would have like little fingers, finger guard here. So this one doesn't have that, but it's still, you know, it's an Iron Man thing that, you know, if I had the disc, would shoot discs. But still, you know, I can combine this, you know, Iron Man looking thing with the wrist gauntlet, and you know, again, I can make a Robert Downey Jr. costume. So this will work great for my costuming. What else? Oh, I picked up these glasses. These glasses are Nerf protection glasses for the Rebel line. The Rebel line is a girl-oriented subdivision of the Nerf blasters. But you know, if you take the Rebel sticker off, and you know, this thing kind of looks kind of purplish or pinkish. It doesn't look that bad, honestly. I have a Hawkeye idea costume that I mentioned on a video, and I have everything almost ready. The only thing I need is a pair of glasses to, because the comic book version of Hawkeye wears glasses. So I thought this was pretty cool. I could either leave it white or paint it purple, because I like the tone of the shades. It looks kind of like a pinkish, purplish color. So I think that will work good for my Hawkeye costume that I have, that I'm working on. So I don't think it looks that bad. I think it looks pretty cool. So that might be something that I use for that costume. The next thing I'm going to show is old Nerf stuff. I picked up some Nerf stuff and some foam blasters along the way, so I'm going to share that. I picked this little guy. This is from the Dart Tag series of Nerf. This is a Dart Tag Eliminator. So it's a single shot small pistol thing. And you just prime it like this, put this thing back, and you know, the tube means it's primed, and you just shoot it. And it shoots okay. It's just like, you know, like your last resort, that if you don't have anything else, it has a dart holder here. So if you don't have anything else to shoot with, you could tag someone with this little thing. It's very curious. It's a little thingamajig, honestly. It doesn't even have the cool tactical rail thing that other small pistols that I've bought has. But you know, it's a little gimmicky toy, and it's part of the Dart Tag thing. So I decided to pick it up. I got it. Everything that I'm going to show off, I got super cheap. The Wolverine thing was super cheap. The two gauntlets were cheap. Everything was 50 cents and $1. And a bunch of stuff I got bundled for, you know, $1.50, something like that. So, for my Nerf blasters, I've been trying to get stocks. Stocks are the little shoulder mounts that you would put on the bigger guns. In real life, those would help with recoil, so you know the gun doesn't, you know, hit you that hard. You can just shoulder it and then just, you know, shoot at your heart content. Nerf blasters, you know, it's very, unless you mod a gun, it's very rare that you would have any sort of recoil. But I like picking up stocks because it does make the blasters look more tactical and stuff. So I picked up this one. I bought all the stocks and everything else I'm going to show in a lot. I went to a flea market, and the lady said, "Oh, just give me, it would be the equivalent of $1.50." So I picked everything up. But I picked up this stock. I don't know from what it might be. It only says from the N Strike series. But this kind of stock is really cool because this part is really comfortable, and it extends. And once it extends, it locks. It has like a locking mechanism. So this would go like this, and then you would have your big ass gun here. And you can adjust it to, like, if you want it that high, it'll stick, and it won't, wiggle around. This is really this is a really cool stock. I just wish I knew where this was from, because I've seen a couple of blue ones, and I already have one, but it's for a Super Soaker gun. But I think this stock is pretty cool because it locks into position, and it's very solid. It's a very nice solid lock. So I thought that was pretty cool. This will go into one of my Nerf blasters. I also picked up this Retaliator stock. I like this one a lot better, but this one's pretty cool. The only thing is that it has this little curve here, so the stock doesn't really mount that well. But it looks pretty cool on a blaster. So I have one of these on my Retaliator, but I need stocks for some of my guns, so pick that one up. I also picked up a stock for a Praxis, a Vortex Praxis, which is a blaster that shoots discs. I have that, but it didn't come with a stock, and I was super lucky to find a stock for that Praxis, so I thought that was pretty awesome. Picked up a yellow barrel extension. This one works for the original N Strike things. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this one. I have a blue one and a blue transparent one. I might put this one in the deploy, but I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it. But it's a barrel extension. You can make a regular gun look a little bit more badass with that. Picked up this scope. I want to say that this scope is for the long shot zombie strike version. I want to say that. I'm not 100% sure on that, because I've seen photos of the original long shot scope, and it's kind of bluish with yellow, and I've seen pictures of the zombie strike version of this that's this color, so it might be that. It doesn't have any sort of, it just has a crosshair there, so it doesn't have any sort of magnification and nothing. It's just a toy scope. But it does, if you want to make your Nerf guns look tactical, you have to get scopes. I also picked up, I'm looking for Vortex discs. Vortex discs are really going to be hard to come by because Nerf has discontinued the Vortex line. But I picked this magazine. I thought it would be like the 20 disc magazine holder that my brother got for me, but this one only holds 10. And the reason for that is because it has a battery pack here, a slightly stronger string here, but it only holds 10 discs. And then I found it with these white discs, and these discs, it turns out that the whole battery thing is because it'll light up these, it will power this light, and these discs will glow in the dark. So I thought that was pretty cool. Again, the bummer is that it only carries 10 discs, but in total I think I have about 20, 30, 34 discs. So, I'm going to have to take care of these discs because I'm not going to be able to find any more. But I thought it was pretty cool that it lights up. I also picked up these two 6-dart magazines. These are pretty cool because I have a couple of blasters that don't have magazines, so I picked these one up. And I also picked up a clear 18 dart magazine. I have 4 of these now, but this one came with all these darts. Now, the bummer about this is that these darts some of them are okay, some of them are really, really bent and beat up, so that's unfortunate. But it has a couple of Whistlers, Elites, Streamlines, and a Zombie Strike green dart. So, whoop, and there it goes. There goes one. So yeah, these darts are in, for the most part, really bad shape. But I do have some blasters that will shoot these, even though they're kind of messed up. So fine. I picked it up because of the darts and honestly the 18-round clear magazine that I thought was pretty awesome. Next thing I picked up. I'm watching a couple of videos from people that collect Nerf guns. They mod Nerf guns, they paint them and everything, just to get an idea of, what's out there. Because again, as I've mentioned before, whenever I kind of get hooked into something, I research, I Google stuff. I downloaded the Nerf Blaster Wikipedia app, and but mostly I'm watching people talk about blasters to get my blaster fix. One of those people is Volcom S7. He does a show called Tag Back, where he talks about blasters, old blasters or overlooked blasters that might help you if you do human versus zombie dart games, or you play Dart Wars. And one of those blasters that he mentioned is not a Nerf product. It's a Busby, which is Boomco is by Mattel. Busby does its own sort of blasters, and then Nerf does their own sort of blasters. And he mentioned this. He said originally that he was disappointed because he thought it was going to be a shotgun thing. That it would fire, like 3 darts, and then it would switch, and then 3 darts, and then it would switch. But it doesn't really do that. It's just a one-shot thing. But it carries 12 darts, and this blaster, I put a couple of beat-up Nerf darts, and this thing shoots it pretty good. I don't know what it is about this, but if you put beat-up darts, unless it has a couple of holes or the little foam top is missing, it won't shoot those. But I put some beat-up Nerf darts here, and it shoots them really well. The way that this one works is that you pull this thing. This is the only thing that's kind of cheap. It's not very smooth on how you would pull it, but you would pull it like this, and then you would shoot, and then it would rotate every time you do this, and it would shoot, and so on. So, but I picked it up because I saw him talking about it, and I thought it was a cool looking blaster, even though this is kind of hard to actually prime. But like I said, it shoots beat up darts fairly well, so I thought this was pretty cool. Even though the plastic is not the best quality, it's kind of cheap plastic, but still the functionality of this, that it shoots beat up darts, is pretty cool. Because I've tried shooting Nerf darts in Nerf blasters that are beat up, and they don't work that well. But that one works well. I already have this type of bow. I picked up a purple one. This is a Rebel Heartbreaker bow, I think. I'm not 100% sure on that. But like I said, I a couple of months ago I picked up a purple one, and this one's all white with blue. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to give that other blaster to my niece, because with so many guns, I go out and play with them, and my niece wants a girly gun. And I've told her that she could use regular guns. She doesn't have to use something, but she likes wearing things that are pink and everything. And I've thought about giving her a gun and just spray painting it pink. But I thought, well, I'll buy this for her. I got it for 50 cents. And I'll just give this to her. I'll give her the pink one, and I'll keep this one because it looks a little bit more, other than this pink stuff here, it looks a bit more boyish. And my little girl might, one day, hopefully, get into Nerf blasting with me, so she might want this one too, if she likes the Hunger Games. I picked up 2 strong arms. This is the successor, or the elite version of the Maverick. That's that yellow revolver that I showcased a couple of months ago. This one has a longer design, but the internals are supposedly better. The Maverick is a reverse plunger. This one is a direct plunger, and the reason why I picked up 2 is the same reason I have 2 Mavericks, 2 yellow Mavericks and 2 blue Mavericks, because I like the idea of having 2 to dual wield. But the priming, dual wielding this is kind of hard because you have to prime it by pulling this thing and then shoot. So it would be kind of hard to do that. But yeah, I got these 2 super cheap, so I picked up 2 strong arms because I like handguns. I think they're pretty cool. I pretty much like handguns and assault rifles and everything. Picked this one up. This is the Nerf Rough Cut 2x4. This one is a shotgun. This is this elite successor to the barrel break 9.2, which is that thing that would break open, then you would do that and shoot. This one is like a sawed-off shotgun. You just prime it, and then you shoot. And this one, if you just give it a light tap, you would shoot 1. But if you pull it all the way, it shoots 2. And then it would shoot these 2, then these 2, then these 2, then these 2. So that's pretty cool. I thought it was pretty cool. I like the look of this thing. Because again, it's a shot-off shotgun. That's Heartbreaker bow actually came with this thing, which is an additional dart holder. But I just put it here to the rough cut because this one only carries 8, so it would be cool to carry a little bit more. But this is the rough cut 2x4, and I like it because again it looks like a sawed-off shotgun. So you do that. So again, I thought that was pretty cool. I watch The Walking Dead. I love The Walking Dead, and you know, I've always wanted to cosplay as Daryl Dixon. But I needed a crossbow. Now, a number of months ago, I bought a little crossbow for the Rebel line, but it's really small, and you know, I want to cosplay and make it look as authentic as possible. But I went, and for $2.20, I picked up a Nerf Zombie Strike crossbow. This is pretty much, if I spray paint it, it'll look like the crossbow that Daryl uses in The Walking Dead. The only problem with this one is that it only loads 4 darts. But just like the rough cut, you prime it like that, and then you shoot, and then you prime it, and then you shoot, and it shoots the 4 darts in order. So it'll go top to bottom and shoot 4, and then you would have to, you know, reload it. But this one actually looks pretty cool, I think, with the Praxis stock. The zombie line is usually black with brown, sometimes green and orange. And the Praxis has the same color scheme. So, you know, if I put this here, bam, I have a shoulder stock for the crossbow. So I think that worked out really, really well. I think this goes and looks pretty well with the design of the Zombie Strike crossbow. So yeah, now I can just let my hair grow out, look a little 5 o'clock shadow, and I can dress up as Daryl from The Walking Dead. Bam! Headshot. So yeah, I thought this was pretty cool. There's another crossbow kind of thing in the Nerf line that's called the Vault. That one is magazine fed, so it's kind of like this, but you would put in a magazine here, and it would shoot whatever the magazine has. But I have never seen that one, but I'm super happy with this. This is pretty badass. I think this is pretty cool. So I'm happy with this, and you know, it was a nice coincidence that I found this. This is a Praxis stock, but again, I think it looks pretty awesome there. So the color scheme fits, everything works great. So, bam, a really nice thing. So I could just put a scope here, or something like, you know, I could just put a scope, and bam, boom, headshot. So yeah, that's the thing I'm digging about Nerf guns, that you can, you know, put stuff in it together and make something look a lot cooler. So yeah, I thought this was pretty awesome. I know I'm a geek and a nerd and stuff, but you know, I'm old and I shouldn't be collecting or buying Nerf guns, but I like it. I like going out and, you know, shooting guns with my these Nerf blasters with my nephews. And the last thing I picked up is a Nerf Hailfire. This one comes with a shield guard here and here, and that says Nerf Hailfire and stuff. But this one, what this one does is that you can put some magazines here, like so, and then put another magazine like so. Well, this one doesn't. This one doesn't clip. That's weird. But yeah, you could put a bunch of magazines, and then with this one you can, you can switch magazine. And once the magazine is here, you rev it up because this is a flywheel thing. It uses batteries, so it has a little plastic wheel here that shoots the dart. So once it has a magazine, you rev it up, and then you'll be able to see it because it doesn't have the guard. This thing pops out, and that shoots the dart into the flywheels, and then you shoot. And you could put 6 magazine count, or you can put 18 dart, and you can just rain darts all over the place. So I thought this was pretty cool. Again, I saw Wallcom talk about it, and he said it was an awesome thing that got overlooked because when it came out, it was kind of expensive. But he showed it off, and I thought it was pretty cool. And I finally own a Nerf Hailfire. Again, problem is that it doesn't have the guard, which will protect your magazines and stuff. But I think it's pretty cool. This would be a good blaster to use and just like mow people down, because I have the Vulcan, which is a big clunky thing that is also battery powered, but it doesn't have the battery pack, so that one's kind of eh. And I have the Rhino Fire, but it's also kind of bulky. This one, if you put 6 dart magazines, it won't be that heavy, and you can just like plow people with bullets. So I thought that was pretty cool, and it's a very compact thing. If you put the longer magazines, it's not going to be that compact, but it's a very compact little blaster, and I like it. I thought it was pretty cool, and I got it for $2. So I'm like, actually no, this thing cost me $1. I keep saying $2 because of the exchange rate. I still have the old exchange rate in my head, but yeah, I got this for $2, and it works. It shoots. I thought it was pretty awesome, so I'm happy with the purchase. So yeah, this is the Nerf Hailfire. So yeah, that was the pickup video. Bunch of really neat stuff, neat to me anyway. I love the Wolverine claws because I love Wolverine. The Iron Man things were cool, and this one is my favorite looking thing because, again, Walking Dead. Bam! Headshot. So yeah, I dig this kind of thing, and the blasters are starting to pile up, but I find them really cheap. I find them in good condition. They work. The only thing that has broken again is that Snapfire 8. That one, I brought it back to life twice, and I was shooting with it with my nephews, and then I heard something crack and it stopped shooting. I opened it up and a whole bunch of plastic pieces. I don't know what it is about that one in particular, but the plastic inside is kind of like rotting away, and every time I fix it and I start shooting, something else breaks. So that one, I'm going to try to fix it one last time, but there will be a point where it completely dies out and I won't be able to do anything about it. And I haven't been able to find another Snapfire 8, which is a bummer. I really like that blaster because you don't have to do anything to prime it, except you just, pull the trigger, that primes it, and it shoots. And that was awesome. But I'm really disappointed that that blaster is dying, and I have not been able to find another one. So yeah, that was the pickup video. I don't know if I'll make another Nerf-themed video. Like I said, I have too many guns right now, and I need to stop buying so many guns. But I come across some really cool things cheap. So I don't want to promise that I'll stop buying, but I will try. I will try to stop buying blasters for myself. But yeah, we'll see. But like always, guys, thanks so much for watching, and until I see you all again, this was Vargas XX78, thanking you and signing out.